Welcome to the final part of Professor Layton and the last Spectre's Call.
Did you enjoy Professor Layton and the last Spectre? You have solved 155 puzzles in the story mode of this game! Congratulations! That is no small feat. You must have a brain to rival that of the Professor Layton himself.
Unlikely.
Very likely if your name is Phoenix. There is still more to see in Professor Layton. For more, try a weekly puzzle, which is some online DLC thingy. Enjoy the rest of what's on offer.
We will, thank you.
New episodes have been added to the trunk.
Since you've come to the end of the story, you may now save your game. When you continue to this game, you will resume play right after the final battle. From there, you can wander around freely, collecting items and solving puzzles you might have missed.
But we solved all of them.
Exactly, so we get access to a very special episode, which is sort of a reason why this is actually the actual finale instead of an extras part.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the episodes seen here actually help you get the full story as well. That's right, through solving puzzles, you do in fact earn more story.
Alright, so first let's show off some bonuses.
Yep, top secret.
Profiles. Who can I read mine? Those main passions are solving puzzles and enjoying a nice cup of tea. Herschel Layton is already a highly regarded archaeology professor. He confesses that he...
Yeah, sorry about that. I was sort of... At first I thought about maybe getting enough to read them all, but I figured if I'm going to do that, I'll probably have to record a completely separate part, because reading these profiles sort of can take a while, okay. Not speed reading them.
There's Emmy, there's Descalay.
Ah, yes, Descalay. So I'll only be showing off a few profiles, actually.
Okay.
Maybe I might make another extra...
There's Grosky. Or Grosky, or...
Grosky.
Grosky, whatever.
Are you saying something, Pedro?
No, I was saying... I was about to say something about Descalay, but whatever.
There's Dumbass.
There you go, see that line right there on Chalmy's
face, yeah.
Face, that was what I was talking about, Jovah.
There's Derpy.
Oh, that
one. Why is that there?
Derpy.
Derp? Oh, Clark.
There's Mrs. Derpy.
Oh, that's something in hindsight, isn't it?
There's Ariana.
Yeah, it is. Dwibs, I didn't know you. Dwibs, I didn't know.
Didn't know what?
Yeah.
Didn't know what?
I didn't know you were into that one.
Into what?
Didn't know you were a brony, Dwibs.
That's not what I meant.
You just quoted quite possibly one of the most popular ponies of all, named Derpy.
That was unintentional.
Yeah, pretty much the community's mascot.
That was unintentional, I swear.
So, now it's time to get the rest of the story. Episode 1.
Lucius come back to life! Yay! The struggle was over and the town saved. Abandoned with Lucius fought to knock down the last floodgate. Drained the lake of water within the hidden door. We solved the puzzle. Lucius sacrificed us right out of the equipment to the Midwest of business.
Very fast writing.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm not reading. Thanks to Lucius' noble sacrifice, Ariana and Tonya able to start on a new path in life. Discovering the gold god, the town the gold
Well, I guess you read it quick enough.
Alright, so now to get to see all the episodes we missed.
Okay, yeah. Daydreaming. This is what I was doing when I was writing the script.
I was sort of a bit confused at first because some of the episode names are different from the UK terms.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Professor. He took over for you while you were slacking off.
I will explain why the Space Invaders part is suddenly missing.
Oh my! Daydreaming. Bucky
that man is playing Galaga. You didn't think we'd notice, but we did.
If anyone needs a boat on the west side of town, I'll be there. If a poor soul is stranded atop a mountain and they need a boat, that's where I'll be. Even though that seems physically implausible. Well, then again, we have witnessed his boat can sail on land.
This is the universe of Professor Layton and his attorney. I'm pretty sure we've thrown off realism off the window at this point.
If a desert fell from the sky and covered Miss Towery in sand, well, a boat wouldn't help you much then, but I'd still be there. You get the idea?
You're fucking useless. Indeed, you're saying that you have an astute sense of when and where your customers need you.
Well, if you want to boil it down like that, then I guess so, yeah. I've been trying to figure out a way to be in 2 places at once, so I can serve all my customers.
Miracle!
I heard about this crime over in this place called America that apparently had a crime that took place at the same time.
Shh, get back to your script, man. If such a technology exists, I'm not aware of it, I'm afraid.
He's not even asleep. What about ninjas? Can't ninjas create mirror images of themselves? If I could do that, I could take even more customers. I wonder how much ninja classes cost. You got any idea?
Too much, mate. Too much.
I don't think the professor does, but I think Emmy may have an idea.
None of my friends. They don't offer ninja at Gressinella.
Aww. Maybe I could get an apprentice.
But, I don't do apprentices, sorry.
What do you think? Me, you, and your hat. We'd make a great team.
First of all, I'm not odd job. Secondly, I fear my hat may not be up to the job.
I was just kidding there, pal.
Unless you want me to take it off and throw it at you, then I do a pretty good job with your neck.
So, where can I take ya?
Your sister's house. But before going back to London, I thought I'd ask for a tour of Miss Tollery.
That's right. After saving the town, the professor's going to take a tour of it. London, huh? Never cared for London myself. Not enough fog.
Yeah, London's pretty shitty.
I like London!
I like it too.
Have you seen the traffic, Emmy?
The two. Oh, good. Oh, goody. Dwibs and Shiroi. You guys are.
Sometimes I take my bike most places.
Got Shiroi and Dwibs. You guys are up.
Okay.
Wow, I thought a town with such water would be better equipped to, like, handle floods.
Hopefully it was.
Well, this is beyond any natural flooding. That Layton character did well, all things considered, and I've changed my voice again, but fuck it.
That's right. Somehow the town survived.
Totally. I never thought he'd turn out to be quite so amazing.
You sure Layton didn't write the script so he could suck his own dick?
Now all he needs to do is take off that dumb hat of his.
There you go, Tips. Turns out he didn't.
Ooh, boy.
You don't mention the hat, girly.
Are you blind? The hat is amazing.
Thank you.
Only if you had the head for it.
Well, you don't, so haha.
Well, according to Lost Future, the hat was made specially made for him, so...
Well, that's about it for me. Time to get back to London.
Oh my gosh, you came from London too? We should go back together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy. I think I see where this is going. You're not serious.
No, sorry, he's not interested. Oh, come on, it'll be fun. Who wants to travel all alone?
Maggie, Mr. Yamada, are you really going home?
Hello, Sheen.
Sean.
No.
He wanted to go and see his sister first.
Sorry, I
usually
usually see it spelt differently, so...
But did I hear right? You're going back to London?
Well, I've been here much longer than I meant to. My family will get worried if I don't go back soon. And Mr. Yamada is going back to London too.
Hey, don't bring me into this. I'm not sure yet, Sean.
Oh, don't be coy, Yami. You know you want to go back with me.
So you're going home after all. I wish you weren't.
Oh, don't say that. You'll make me cry. And then my mascara will run and I'll be a mess.
We'll meet again, little man. What's the future of our reunions?
Indeed.
I should take up songwriting.
I always wondered if he was a reference to someone.
Sometimes you sound like a poet.
These two bicker like an old couple.
The perfect
Speaking of a couple...
Oh, what? Oh.
I didn't mean it like that. I can't stand that romantic stuff.
That's right, she's kissing him.
Oh.
They'll
How
make...
can we tell the still image?
Still acting coy, are we?
You two are weird, but I hope you come back and visit again.
That's right, she's going with him whether he likes it or not.
Good or not.
Ah, damn it!
They'll make such a great couple.
Free at last from his troubles, Clark extends to Layton his heartfelt thanks.
There you go, Professor. Your time to shine. Herschel, I can't thank you enough for your help. I'm sorry for all the trouble.
You owe me £500 in damages.
Are you referring to Man of Steel again since his name's Clark?
I noticed that you were behaving rather oddly when we first arrived, but I couldn't work out why. I thought it strange too that Brent was not around. I know how close you two have always been. You still owe me the money, by the way. Things just seemed amiss from the beginning. I wish I could have helped you earlier, Clark. I had a second home in Metropolis, you prick.
I felt so awful, not being able to protect my family. It made me feel utterly worthless.
Oh, boo-hoo, says the guy who wrecked half of Metropolis and all of Smallville.
I think that was Clark Kent, Herschel. I'm Clark Triton.
Bullshit, you can easily just change your last name.
But he's not wearing glasses.
It was this guy sowing the seeds of doubt and fear amidst the town, not you. It's not your fault, Clark. Or at least not your fault. Well, at least not for this, anyway.
Thank you for that, Herschel. I don't believe that I'm entirely free of blame, but thank you.
Oh, so you do admit it. You did cause all that destruction in Metropolis. You should bring the family back to London sometime, Clark, and try not to destroy the city this time. I know Dr. Schrader would be overjoyed to see you.
Well, Clark Kent was played by a British man in Man of Steel.
And let's not forget Dean Domona. I imagine he would be ecstatic to see a familiar face and not cower in terror at all.
Well, it's true it has been a long time. Does he still bring his daughter's riddles?
His daughter died after that film.
Yes, apparently he's been doing this. His granddaughter has been bothering with puzzles for years now.
Just like her mother.
It's his granddaughter's riddles, but he needs just as much help with them as ever.
Oh man, this family, seriously.
Yeah. We even get to know him pretty well in Lost Future.
Yeah.
Hi.
His granddaughter, you say? It's good to hear that the Dalmona intellect runs in the family.
That it does. That it does.
Herschel. It's good to talk to you again.
Sure. By the way, here's the bill from Metropolis and Smallville.
Also, the hat has a dent.
Yes, you owe me £500,000.
What were you doing in New York at the time?
I often find myself dreaming of leaving Miss Hallery and trying again in London.
Really? But can Miss Hallery manage without you? I mean, after all, oh, never mind.
Well, we're looking at a few months restoration work in town. I will help with that much at least.
Which town? This or Metropolis?
Wow, the jokes sort of are making themselves available.
Yeah.
After that, I can think of at least one person who would love to take over the office of mayor. Yep.
You for a start.
Does this mean that last Spectre predicted Man of Steel?
Basically, basically, that guy with the woman who's pregnant, he's going to become the new mayor after Clark resigns.
That sounds like the Clark Triton I know.
And he's gonna let his son live with you for years.
Yes, after he wrecks towns, he runs off like a coward.
So, oh my god, so that's a Superman Returns parallel.
For me and my family. We have much to discuss, Herschel.
So wait, you impregnated someone and then left for fire? If yes, you arsehole.
Could I persuade you and Emmy to stay in town for another night? No Spectres or villains, I promise. I have a new blend that I think you will enjoy.
And then Phoenix Wright comes over. Oh wait, never mind. We sort of changed our minds on that. That's right. Originally, the crossover was actually supposed to take place during the prequel trilogy.
But I managed to rewrite the script, so...
Yeah, I know. Believe it or not, apparently the idea was to have it happen right after the events of Last Spectre.
It happened after the prequel trilogy, right?
Yeah. Basically, in the final draft, it ended up happening during the original trilogy. Before Lost Future, I think. Actually, yeah, it must have happened before Lost Future. Unless there was a special event. Anywho, time for a dad-son relationship.
Dad,
What's the matter, Luke? Is everything all right?
And action.
I'm sorry, I thought that the Spectre had possessed you and you had hidden Mom somewhere. It's really awkward.
Luke.
I am your father?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I doubted you. You must have been exhausted after all that happened. I wish I'd known.
Look at me, Luke. No matter the circumstance, the way I've been treating you has been unfair.
Well, at least you treat him better than how that guy treated his child in the Shining miniseries.
I feared that, like your mother, you too might be kidnapped and taken from me. I was very worried.
Does Clark have narcolepsy now?
You know, Dwebs, there are times where people do blink.
Yeah.
Or close their eyes for one reason or another.
Yeah.
No thanks. Thanks to your solving the mystery that was better with him, your mother is home safely.
So I helped Layton. Right.
Yes.
I'm proud of you, son.
I'm sure we'll be proud of him in the other endeavors he'll help Layton out with.
£250,000 for wrecking the Daily Planet building.
Dad, I heard from Mr. Layton that
Professor,
you
what
were...
are you doing?
I'm writing up his bill for destroying Metropolis and Smallville.
Beep, 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 beep. Bring! Layton, this is your lawyer.
Yes, what is it?
You know that bill you were gonna send Mr. Clark Triton about wrecking Metropolis?
Yes.
Well, it turns out you had the wrong Clark after all. And apparently you're being sued for... Ooh,
Defamation.
You're being sued for 75% of your salary.
Yeah, whatever, that's easily fixed.
And apparently with interest.
Again, easily fixed. I can apologize to him and I'll send it to the right person to blame.
Basically,
Goodbye.
your house and belongings are sort of being taken. I'm sure he'll take that news well.
And then I got the wrong man, and I apologize. Right, now to send it to Mr. Clark. Dorset? No.
No.
Blackpool? No, Kent. That's it.
You little mercenary. No trace of any tears now, hey? Come on. Your mother's waiting.
Mr. Kent!
Layton's mad since now he's going to lose a bit of money, but don't worry, I'm sure he'll make enough money off of Miracle Mask to hopefully make break even.
And, oh, good news, I've finally been offered a new contract.
Oh, cool, a crossover. Anywho, sure, it's your time to shine. Basically, this is Ariana getting well.
Ariana, just saw a blue...
Sky. Mr. Blue Sky.
What is it, Tony? Calm down and try to catch your breath before speaking.
I just saw an amazing species of butterfly over there. It had these dazzling bright blue wings.
Aww.
Flying?
Oh wow, but don't catch it. We want to keep this place just as we found it.
Otherwise you'll end up like Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So the butterfly is the apple in this case?
Yeah.
I know that. It's just... It was really, really pretty.
You didn't squish it, did you?
No, he
You didn't
didn't.
touch it, did you?
No, I didn't.
The air is so pure and refreshing here. I feel as if I'm coming back to life.
So
Wait,
it worked after all.
What was all that about keeping this place a secret?
No,
Don't
they
worry.
are keeping this place a secret. I mean, it's just them two here.
But then how come it was in the newspapers?
No, but that was a year after Dwips. We established that. A year later, remember?
And we can assume that it's luckily being preserved for the better, so that it won't be wrecked.
We're horrible at keeping secrets, aren't we?
So who told
Right.
the newspaper anyway?
Layton, I'm guessing Amy, probably, since she's the assistant secretary.
Is that okay with Ariana though?
Oh,
Well,
it's I'm guessing it's
well,
okay. Basically, we're to assume that, it's being preserved.
Not to mention, like the ending said, thanks to the Golden Garden, the town prospered, so it's good for the town too.
And there's no way Descalay can attack it now because, assuming that it's being well preserved, I'm sure there's well guarded fortitudes.
Yeah.
I was so wrong to doubt you.
Aw, Lucia.
Thanks for showing me.
Ah!
I'm looking forward to see here.
Twibs! No! You are not going to ruin this moment.
If it weren't for you and Luke, I would never have realized the truth. I can't thank you enough.
What was the truth again?
The truth, Your
I'll always
Honor.
remember you, Lucia.
The truth, Your Honor, was that this was a secret golden garden meant to cure.
But it's not gold.
Alright, and here is the episode that you can only unlock if you complete all the puzzles in the story mode.
Okay.
Over in America, it's called the Eye of Yar. And here it's called Shelmy's Vow. A sad tale.
Okay.
Back from his salary, are you, Grosky? What took you so long?
This is the Pedro show.
Yes, it is.
Well, I guess I'm kind of in due for it. I decided to take it easy and just jog back this time.
Sure.
Just a jog.
So why is that line on his face, by the way?
I have no idea.
It's an emulation flaw with the emulator.
Ah, I see.
That's why I suggested I maybe record Lost Future. But
Which is
okay.
weird because
I've got
that line doesn't show up in Lost Future for some odd reason.
Shelby has
Oh,
2
okay.
mouths.
A horrendous battle between a giant robot and a big aquatic thing.
And
this
it's gone.
giant robot, aquatic beastie. I'd say you fell asleep and had a strange dream, no? Basically, Shelby here is Grosky's apprentice, kind of. If you don't believe me, you can get the whole story from the crook we brought in.
That's right, they sort of got Chief Jakes and brought him in. That's one of the reasons why I knew this takes place afterwards.
I hear Lillian's been in quite a stir while I was away.
Yeah.
Right, we had a rough time of it, but it was all resolved tidily in the end. No civilian casualties.
Oh boy, here it comes.
As for the culprits, I'll wager those lowlifes won't so much as nudge an elderly lady from now on.
Wait, no, it's not quite that part yet.
Yeah, he'll only wreck half of Metropolis.
I'm not even named Clark. Excellent, excellent. As long as you're here, loners have nothing to worry about.
But you're Clark's uncle.
Ah!
I'm not even related to him, so shut up. Excellent, excellent. As long as you're here. Actually, I already read this line. The gallant inspector, whose very presence strikes fear into the hearts of criminals. Outstanding.
Dandy.
You can thank the oath I swore for that. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to look into Chalmy's backstory.
Yep.
It wasn't Spectre Gilbert, wasn't it?
Can I be Gilbert? Or
I
is
would
he
say I
in
was going to
Escape?
be.
Yeah.
Actually, I was.
You be Gilbert, and I'll be a certain other character.
Actually, I was going to be Gilbert, but.
Shelby, where have you got to?
Actually, no. That's perfect. Go with that, Pips. Sorry, Jovah.
Sure.
Inspector.
Yeah, I get to be Shelby's boss. Whoopee.
Back
Reading
when,
through the case records again? You're far too diligent, Chelsky.
That voice actually does fit quite, especially considering what I know about this guy. Sorry,
yeah.
Inspector. I just wanted to get the numbers for this particular case from.
It's fine to go over the records, but remember, out in the field, none of that makes a difference.
Unless you're playing Ace Attorney.
Yes.
But we're
I
not
guess
lawyers.
I guess they do things differently in
Right,
London.
because people
Yeah.
with statistics, never the misnomer as easy as it looks on paper.
Don't worry, Pedro. We'll soon bring those American tactics over to Britain in the crossover.
Understood, Inspector. No criminal will ever get bit. Basically, this Inspector Gilbert is the one who taught Chalmy everything.
Oh, and this Inspector Gilbert is rather special in a
Tell
sense.
me, are you married?
No, I don't have time to think about such matters, sir.
Until later.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. You can't let your work rule your life, Chalmers. Perhaps it's time you settle down a bit.
Tell that to the Clampettes.
actually, Jovah.
Boy at home, children really are a blessing.
I guess.
The lad says he wants to join the police force. He's studying now for the Academy's entrance exams. And now I'm Australian for some reason. Anyway,
Your son, Inspector? I'm sure he'll make an excellent officer.
Oh boy.
well, he was never one to set the world on fire. Life's just grabbed him to think about the future.
Can you guess who his son is yet? It's
Look at his face. Just look at Gilbert's face.
The Spectre
and-
has been an excellent research lab at Grayson Hill University.
Thank you, Jenny Leno.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, Dwibs, who have we seen that who's in this series before?
What's that? Ah, yes. Yes, I see. This is bad, Chalmers. There's been an accident in the city.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Here it comes.
Two researchers are caught in an explosion. A woman has been killed.
Oh boy.
Huh?
Apparently they tried to use an experimental machine that wasn't properly tested.
Let's just say this is sort of a good lead into Lost Future, and you know how we said Layton's love life is a bit chaotic?
And everybody is caught behind the little urgently.
Well,
Get the gates on my guy.
Six, don't you think?
Actually, no, Shirai, that doesn't spoil it, believe it or not.
No, it doesn't. Not really. This is more on the This is the Chalmy side of Lost Future, not the Layton side.
Basically, short story short, can I
He
tell
was
her
a
the
good
basics
man,
of it?
Long story short, Jovah.
He was a good man and good officer. Absolutely, he had a fiery temper to him, but he was always fair.
Long story short, Shiroi, one of Layton's very, very, very dear associates, shall we say, kinda...
Died.
Yeah. Okay.
But then we finally caught the crook we'd hunted for years.
And
Do you ever find out
Well-
who it is, or do you not?
We do.
let's
don't
just
worry.
say
We'll
she's
get-
the one
we'll-
who...
We'll get to Lost Future eventually.
Yeah.
That's when it all began, eh? You know, I noticed that you changed.
You got
And look, the line's gone now, apparently.
Wait, scumbag. Jesus
Yep.
Christ, level 5. Apprehend this scumbag and you'll be promoted to Inspector for sure.
There he is, in that car. I'm going after him. Well, true, yeah. Then again, I guess this is...
Wait, Inspector
Basically, Pedro, there's actually a reason about the line. The line is basically a form of pixelation, and basically the thing is that with the Desume emulator, it's kind of a bit more upscale. You know how some emulators like to do it a bit more HD? Basically, because of it focusing more in that, the lines tend to show up.
Sorry, wait! Show me!
Uh-oh.
Show me, you fool! No, you silly fool! You're out in the open!
Wow, you kinda called it, Dwibs.
Watch out, Jovah! Ah!
Inspector! Inspector! Inspector, please hang on. I'll get help. Inspector!
Wow, Chalmley.
Fuck
Yeah.
you! Looks like I made a bit of a blunder. I leave everything in your hands.
And now you know why I needed a tissue
Shall we?
yesterday.
You'll make a fine detective. I know you will, because of your fucking restless judgment, and now I'm dying.
Ignore those last dying
You
words.
must carry on my work at Scotland Yard. Please. For me.
And my son.
Inspector, don't be silly. No, this can't be real. This isn't happening.
So yes, because of Chelmy's reckless actions,
He
someone
died.
And
Yeah.
and also I should probably reveal to you
that's
that's Barton's father.
Yeah, this is Barton's father. Inspector! Inspector!
And
Dun,
now
dun,
you know
dun,
why
dun,
Chelmy
dun,
looks
dun,
after
dun, dun.
Barton.
Ever since that day, you've been one of the finest detectives that London's had to offer. So basically, Inspector Chalmey's sense of justice and devotion to his job is, of course, now fully explained. I was young and stupid back then. I thought I could do anything. And because of that, Inspector Gilbert sacrificed his life.
That would explain why he treats Barton with at least an air of respect.
On that day, I swore an oath. I swore that I would eradicate every speck of crime in London.
Good luck with that.
The professor's doing that for you, man.
Well, at least he's trying.
Yeah.
And that one day, I would become as great as the Inspector who put my life before his own.
Well, considering your reputation by last future, you accomplished that.
Well, you've done that part, but I'm sure Gilbert would be proud.
Let me guess, does Chalmey become Prime Minister or something?
No, he doesn't, but...
Oh, Dwibs, it's funny you bring up the Prime Minister. Since we kind of meet the...
By the way, where did Barton run off to? That's the entrance a little while ago, and then he toddled off.
Oh, Barton. You know, this kind of gives a bit of...
What? But I gave him one job to do. One simple task.
You know, this is kind of sad in hindsight, considering all the hijinks Chalmey and Barton have had.
Excuse me, Grosky. I better go track him down. Check the bakery. Good luck.
You'll probably tell him to, like, walk one step and he messed that up.
Although, knowing Chalmey, it's Barton who will be needing luck.
He knows Chalmey will find him.
So yeah, basically that's why Chalmey took upon himself to be the mentor of Barton.
Basically, he's kind of a father figure to Barton, which kind of makes their relationship and some of their hijinks sad in hindsight.
So that was the end of the main game of Last Spectre. Join us next time when we'll be looking at a few extras.
I guess now we might as well give our final thoughts, but before we do that, what was I going to say? Yes, it's lost me. Pedro, what was I saying before we went back to reading the story?
I don't know, sorry. Anyway, final thoughts. I'll try to... actually, Jovah, it's your playthrough. You go.
Wonderful game. I love how the story goes with the episodes that you can unlock the puzzles. For the start of a prequel trilogy, it's actually pretty neat. The characters introduced are fun and playful and well-deserved. It's like, even though I'm still annoyed by the fact that we didn't get a sequel trilogy, this prequel trilogy got off to a great start, and hey, as somebody who generally prefers sequels over prequels, to get me to love a prequel like this, you done good. And yeah, that last episode, well, it's the ending of the main story and also the ending of the last episode, the vow of Chalmey, that really gets to me. And like Pedro said, it's amazing what they did with the characters. So yeah, wonderful entry.
Yeah.
Shira, you go next. Oh,
okay.
Oh, you want to
go
do
ahead,
something,
Shira.
Pedro?
I was about to do my final thoughts, but go ahead. You can do it
Okay.
first.
Well, prequel trilogies don't usually go down very well with me in general, but this was the first prequel anything that I've actually liked.
yeah.
The story is beautiful. The music is always beautiful. And everything Jovah just said.
Yeah.
Fantastic game.
Awesome. Yeah, for me, like I was saying earlier, what I love most about is that about how Amy, does a great job creating a female character the way I think strong female characters should be. Where yes, it's true, she kicks ass and everything, and she's smart and she's but what I love about it is that despite kicking ass and everything, she still retains her femininity. One thing that I don't like about certain strong female characters akin to something like Lightning from 13 or something like that is that they pretty much feel like men except in female form. Whereas Amy, despite being not very feminine about the way she is, she still comes across as clearly a woman. She still has some feminism in her, you know. So I'm really like that. But aside from that, yeah, pretty much a touching story, great puzzles, the beautiful music, obviously. I love, basically this was one of those series where the quality is always consistent. Like it's everybody in the Team Layton pours their heart and soul into all these games, and once again it pays off.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Dwibs, before your final thoughts, I just remember what I was going to say. Dwibs, it's funny you and Shiroi brought up the UK elections a lot, because we actually get to meet the Prime Minister in Lost Future.
Oh.
And believe it or not, he's a dick.
Is he? So I take it he's kind of like the
David Cameron,
the guy in charge from V for Vendetta or something.
Think of him as one of the candidates from the UK elections.
I thought you'd be like, I thought you could say it's like John Hurt, where he's pretty much a dictator.
I was going to quote something based on what Pedro said, that you don't like how strong female characters are always made to be symbolically masculine in order to be a strong female character.
Yeah.
How aside from Lightning, how many characters are like that?
Well, I can name a few, but it would veer this a bit off topic, and we've already gone a bit too over. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so Dwibs, yes, the star of our Layton playthroughs.
Yes. Now my final thoughts. Layton, it's my final thoughts. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, the thing with prequels, even the good ones, but the problem with prequels as a whole is that sometimes some writers forget what happens later on in the series, so it ends up being a big mess. And honestly, my pick for the worst prequel, Origins Wolverine, is a huge example of what could happen when something goes wrong.
So yeah, I'm guessing.
Yes. Shock horror. My pick for worst prequel isn't one of the Star Wars prequels. I know, right?
I'm guessing.
Actually, it's not even mine either. So don't worry.
But anyway, but however, unlike that, this prequel actually is sort of fun in its own right, and also actually does some build up to the original trilogy, especially for people who just decide to jump in onto this prequel trilogy, not start right on the original trilogy, because some people like to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much
also pretty much what Pedro and what everyone else said.
So pretty much our final thoughts boil down to So pretty much our final thoughts kind of boil down to, for the most part, hey, we normally don't like prequels, but hey, here's the start of a prequel trilogy that actually made us enjoy prequels.
Pretty much, as every Layton game, aside from Azran Legacy, is fully self-contained. You can pretty much jump into any of those games.
Even Azran Legacy is self-contained.
Azran Legacy, that one was clearly made for fans. I think you truly need to be already a fan of the series in order to fully enjoy that game. But
I disagree. I mean, I think you can enjoy it either way, but we'll discuss about that when we get to that game.
See ya, everybody.
See ya.
Yep.
So yeah, hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you next when we commentate on the Layton movie.
Yes, apologize. That was an accident.
See ya.
See ya.
Again.